Watch for buying signs. Now, what exactly are buying signs, Bernice? You know what, Bernice? I'm glad you asked. What they are very simple. You know, what I've seen with when people, it's going to be very obvious for you guys. When you walk into a home and they don't like it, they're going to go in really quick. The conversation is going to be very short and, concise. They're not going to elaborate on things. They're not going to dilly-dally. They're not going to stay in rooms. So some of the big ones that I see is that when people go back and revisit different rooms multiple different times, and once you start seeing them place furniture, right? Like, well, could our couch could be laid out like this, and we TV there, and do you think I think our bed could fit in here. Those are all buying signs. If they're walking in the backyard talking about different plans, or if they're standing in front eyeballing the neighbors, or looking at the streets, or pulling up their phones to look at where the schools are, or if the really big one is if they pull up their phone, hit Google Maps, type in their work address, and see what kind of commute they're going to look at. Those are buying signs.
Well, some of the ones that I look for is, do they touch, are they touching the walls like this gentleman in this picture? Because, they start touching things and they're interested. Are they opening cabinets?
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you give your people a brochure, I always did. I like giving them some printed things. It's just like it kind of anchors it, that physical touch. And they've rolled it up and then they unroll it. You have a different approach that you do.
Yeah, because I've seen people do it 100 times. They take a piece of paper, they're looking at it. This is your flyer sheet, and then they fold it, and then they fold it, and as they're talking to you, and they can keep folding it and folding it and folding it. And so they want to make this as small as humanly possible, right? Then when they're, what did they say about square footage on that? That's another buying sign right there.
Absolutely. That was a great illustration of it, Greg.